Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech, picking up right where we left off in the last video, in the middle of a battle mission, which means we have to destroy all the enemy, and so far, we've done a fairly good job of that. Alright, so we could keep trying to go after the Demolisher here, but I think the wise move is just to sprint away and try and recover our heat, because we're running really hot. Alternatively, I could kind of stay in the area and I could use a sensor scan. Even the problem with that is we know that they have sensor lock too, and they will use it against me. And they're also not that far away from me, so they may actually be able to get to me within walking distance and be able to see me either way, either directly or not. So, oof. Okay, maybe I should jump away. It's not going to help with the heat very much. As a matter of fact, it's not going to help at all. We're going to be in the same pretty much spot that we were before, but it does allow my squad to maybe finish off that Demolisher. So in that regard, probably a good idea. Nah, I don't like it. I want to cool off, and the only way to do that, I guess we can get more distance moving this way. A little silly if we don't manage to kill the Demolisher, but hey, it gets us away from the enemy, so it also puts my back to the enemy, which I'm a little concerned about. Another reason why I didn't want to do the move, but oh well. Let's go ahead and sensor lock here. You're going to be it. But I have a feeling what's going to happen here is this guy's going to move up, sensor lock me. Okay. Didn't quite happen, but
Commander.
The Vindicator here is just going to keep walking. No, you know what? We can reserve. That way we know we can react to what the enemy does here. And we're less likely to get sensor locked. Okay, we avoided that.
Standing by.
Okay, I think the safe thing to do here is to jump into cover, so that we've got that advantage. We hit with the LRM-20, which I think has a very good chance of getting the kill here. What are we looking at? Still a decent amount of armor. Almost to the point where I feel like I really do have to use this precision strike. Maybe a waste, but if it hits where we want it to, it will be for a good cause. Unfortunately, it did not hit enough where we wanted it to. I'm actually curious if it even hit there at all. It hit there once. 72% chance to hit there with the called shot, and it hits there one time out of 20 missiles. Wow. Alright.
What's up, Commander?
Well, the Hunchback can't do anything because it cannot really get us... Well, I mean, it can, but we don't want to get hit by the Demolisher, so we're going to have to wait on that. Maybe with a jump? That's kind of poopy. I don't like that. Alright, well, we're just going to have to hope that the Demolisher can't get close enough to see anybody. Because that's the move I'm going to make. Oh. Alright. Unfortunately, it moved the side away from me. Although I guess they're equally damaged now at this stage, huh?
Waiting for orders.
I'm not sure I can get to a position to attack him. Okay, we can. We'd have to jump in here really aggressively. And I don't know what my heat scale is going to look like. And we would have the counter attack of at least something. We could save it for next turn. And just try and use this turn to cool off. Not necessarily a bad call. We know we'll beat the Demolisher at the very least. Initiative. Nah, we gotta go the aggressive course. Aggressive course or bust, right?
Engaging jump jets.
Okay. Now, ideally, I'd like to fire all my weapons, and this is how I'm going to divide it. Multi-target. You're A. Okay, we're not going to be able to get away with everything. You're going to be... Well, that's tempting. Let me back up here. Okay, yeah, alright. That's how we're gonna do it. A. E. B. That's turned off. We're not overheating. Very good likelihood we're wasting damage here, but I just want to make sure the Demolisher dies, because Demolishers are kind of scary. So, goodbye, Demolisher. You gotta be joking. Alright. Sometimes I really hate BattleTech. It hit them both the same amount. You gotta... This is like... This armor is just... Oh. That thing should have been dead a couple times over by now.
Yeah?
Oh well. There's only so much you can do. Alright, let's move up here. We're gonna spank that Blackjack. A reason why I chose the Blackjack over the Enforcer is because the Enforcer's gonna have better armor. It's got good frontal armor, it's got bad rear armor, so if I can get a flank on it, then that's great. But the Blackjack has a less armor. I hope that that block shot isn't because of you. Because otherwise we may potentially hit our own guy. Great accuracy or great shots, and I mean that stuff happens, but you know it's frustrating when it does. Well, there's no reason to really do anything with the light mech here. Let's just reserve.
Roger that.
They're going to be able to counterattack me pretty nicely here. I still don't know what this is. Oh, okay, it's another Blackjack. I'll take that. All right. You're kind of pissing me off, Demolisher. I put a lot of damage on you, damage that should have killed you, and now I'm afraid I'm going to have to overkill you even more. But let's... I kind of refuse to overkill this thing, but alright. You're going to be A, you're going to be B. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to turn off the lasers altogether. And you are going to be B. So I'm not firing all of my SRMs at the Demolisher. I'm also doing damage to the Blackjack, so it makes me feel a little bit better about the situation.
Engaging multiple.
Die! I don't know if I even want to discuss how much damage I threw at that Demolisher and to no effect. Okay, we'll just jump a little hop away, enough to break line of sight and give me a decent amount of evasion. They're going to be able to fire at the Hunchback. There's nothing I can do about that. Alright.
Right here.
Okay, we can get a shot here if I move into the cover, and the cover is going to be obviously better for me than anything else. So, we'll take that. And we'll continue to attack the Blackjack, because it's the only thing we can actually land on anyway, so... Hopefully we land some of these shots.
Locked on target.
Alright. Not bad.
That hit something good.
Alright. Here comes the Enforcer. Ow. Ow.
Systems are holding.
Alright. Revere.
Orders?
Kill the Demolisher. Because if you don't kill the Demolisher, it's going to fire its scary, scary, scary stuff at me. And I don't really want to think about that. If this does not get the kill, I don't know what to do. Because this thing is literally hanging on by a thread. Now, I'm not going to play around here. I'm going to fire every freaking medium laser I have here. Just to make sure it dies, even though one medium laser landing is going to be plenty. And this is honestly going to be completely wasted firepower. Yeah, we already killed it with that one. But you look at that. What? You gotta be joking. 3 of those... I can't believe this Demolisher is still alive. I cannot believe it.
Ready for orders.
Oh, BattleTech. So, more wasted damage here.
Move order received.
We can't let the Demolisher live. I mean, we have to kill it. So this is just going to be a completely wasted attack.
Target
And if
confirmed.
this doesn't kill it, I have no idea what to do. Finally!
One for the scrap heap.
That thing should have been dead so many times over. I mean, in theory, that stuff can happen, right? But it just figures. One health point in one area, you can't write this kind of stuff. I'm not really sure what to do in this situation. Ah, we got a hatchman. I forgot they added hatchman in, so that's another 45-ton mech for you. All right. Well, I'm glad to see it because I think we have enough parts to get one if we kill this thing. So, Now the question is, what do we do here in this situation? I think we reserve because I really honestly don't know another move to do. We could go hard in there with the Jenner, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So it's in a decent position. It's got good evasion. Now, if they go after it, it's going to burn through some of its evasion, and then we know maybe moving it is okay. Yeah, so now they're kind of forcing my hand and telling me, hey, maybe you should move the Jenner now. Obviously, I do want to attack with it. But you know, outside of attacking the Blackjack... Alright, first things first. Let's go with Toxic, because we know the move that Toxic is going to do. The move Toxic is going to do is going to hit the Blackjack before it gets a chance to go. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead with a Precision Strike, which gives us more of an advantage. We're going to go after this left torso so it gets blown up and loses some of its weapons. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Nice.
Now we know this is going to be the Enforcer. Ow. That's okay. They're spreading their damage. That's what we want them to do. Now we have to go in there hard on the Blackjack, in my opinion. It's the right move. We want to attack from the same side if we can. Now, obviously, we don't want to stick around, so we're going to be moving away and a following turn. So we don't want to move up too close. We just want to move up enough so we have a decent shot, which is what I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. As a matter of fact, I really don't even have to be in cover, because that part doesn't really matter. I just want to be in a position so I can run away later. Also, I don't want to block a shot of my own guys. So all I'm looking for is possibly a finish off with the Blackjack, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fire all my lasers anyway, so... Accumulated damage, that's what we're looking for. And this thing is probably teetering. Yeah, okay. Not a lot more damage needed. So in this case, Griffin's going to come up aggressively. I don't really have a great aggressive move here. The important thing is we're attacking the side that has already taken damage on the Blackjack. And then I guess we're going hard on the Enforcer here. So I'm not going to dump all my fire. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what I can afford to fire at this juncture, but let's just go A and B. Looks like I can't fire everything. So I'm not really seeing the information on the Blackjack, but maybe if I right-click here? No, all right. Sometimes I hate this game and the way it does information and stuff. Okay, so we know we have 32 damage to win this, or get the kill. All right, so multi-target. A and B. I think I'm going to do the 2 medium lasers on A. We have a potential of getting a kill, but both lasers would have to land on the center torso, which we do have a decent chance of that happening. And the rest is going to be against the Forcer. If the Blackjack doesn't go down, we can finish it off with Mothman. So it's not, you know, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Engaging multiple targets.
That looks like it's going to be the kill. Okay, good, perfect. That was not much wasted damage. We can be happy with that. All right. Well, I know I did that attack. I honestly don't know if attacking the Enforcer or the Hatchman is a better move. Because we could focus damage, sure. I guess that's what I'm going to do.
I copy.
I'm going to focus that damage in on their Enforcer. There's a really strong possibility we'd be able to flank the Enforcer. Look at this rear armor. It's absolutely terrible. Whereas the Hatchetman has just generally not very good armor. So it might be a good idea to start picking at it in that regard. I'm really torn on this, on which one is the right move. Well, if we knock this guy around enough, he might do nothing next turn, trying to stabilize himself. So that's a possibility. We could always deal with the Hatchetman later, I guess.
Locking on.
We were going to run away with the Jenner anyway. It wouldn't be safe to do the flank on the Enforcer in my mind, so... yeah.
I'm ready.
Alternatively, we just move away and we attack. We won't have a lot of attack that we can do, but you know what? That's fine. Let's do that. If they attack the Jenner, that's fine. It's got armor. It can handle it. It's got good evasion. It will be fine. Looks like we can get away with 3 medium lasers, so we'll take that shot. We are doing full damage at this point, so it's not a bad deal to do that. I expect the Enforcer, yeah, okay, so the Enforcer's going to do nothing this turn. Well, no, it is going to do something. Surprising. Alright, so obviously the Griffin is taking a lot of damage here. We
Warning. Armor low.
don't want it to take any more damage if we can avoid it, so this is just going to be an attack and move away. We're going to turn off the medium lasers so we have potential of moving away.
Engaging target.
I think we got a head hit there. Now you've been knocked unsteady. We might even be able to knock him down. Well, they're gonna get my back if they can move forward no matter what, so we'll just move like that. They shouldn't have vision of me. And if they sensor lock me, then that's a wasted move because they don't have anyone to capitalize on it. Not sure where the Hatchman... Okay. I was going to say, I'm not sure where the Hatchman's going to attack, but Hunchback is the answer. Which is fine. We get damage reduction, and the bigger damage weapon that it had, the AC-10, missed. So,
Commander.
that's fine. We are going to attack entirely on the Enforcer. If we hit with the AC-5, that may be enough to topple it, but I will probably try and follow that up with an LRM-20 strike to really try and topple it.
I'll make them dead.
Okay. And we haven't quite knocked it down. The damage that we're slinging here is
Yes,
really starting
Commander.
to tell. I can't get into a position to get really good direct line of sight, not without compromising things. So I think we just sit tight. And we fire LRM-20.
Engaging target.
And that's just to look for the knockdown, which will give us quite a bit of an advantage next turn. Now it's the Hunchback all by itself, more or less. Not the Hunchback, the Hatchetman. Okay, let's go ahead and reserve. And we'll be able to get a free attack on the Hunchback, but that's fine. Oh, okay. You're going after the Jenner. I'm happy with that.
Receiving you.
Okay, we're not at a good... The train is making this difficult for the Vindicator to use its full damage potential, because if we go there, it's too close. I mean, we could multi-target and fire the LRM-20 at the Enforcer. It wouldn't be a great shot, but hey, it's something. And you know what? I'm going to do that.
Roger that.
So A, B, B. Fire.
Splitting fire.
You have bulwark, so frontal attack is not ideal.
Receiving you.
All right. Try and get the kill here. You know, if we go for the torso hit, it may actually get the kill. Because if the pilot only has 3 injuries, they've already taken 2. We got a head hit and the knockdown.
I copy.
No, didn't quite get it. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
It would be unwise to be too aggressive with this. As a matter of fact, I think this should be up to... Shoot. I'm not sure what I can do here. I guess if I move here, I'll be okay. I'm just a little afraid of what the hatchman might be able to do. I guess we could use vigilance to be safe. And in that case, we could do a more aggressive move. Yeah, let's do that. We use vigilance because we don't want the hatchman to just be able to come up and hatchet swipe me because I may be in range of it. I think what we're going to do here... Do we just dump everything into the Enforcer trying to get the kill? That's probably the wise move. Let's just dump everything. I'm going to go for... Let's go for the right torso this time.
All weapons committed.
Okay, we did get the pilot because we took out
Destroyed.
maybe even both torso sections. I missed all of what happened there. Okay. So Revere has the advantage. But you know what? We want to get a rear attack here. So I'm going to sprint. Hatchetman may be able to move into my rear.
Got it, Commander.
But if that's what happens, that's what happens. We've got a lot of evasion. Might be alright. Alternatively, we take the rear shot now while we have it.
I'm your spaniel.
Yeah, so 3 evasion is probably the best we're going to get. Take the rear shot while we have it. I may be able to get a precision strike. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see in a second. Yeah, we have it. I should be cool enough to fire fully. We could go after the AC-10. Where is that? It's in the right torso. And I'll also take off the hatchet itself. Yeah, that's a good call. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get it, but... Well, not if we miss. Oh, hello.
Mech destroyed.
Wow, we just critted it to death. Alright, I'll take that. If it had the ammo in the center torso, which I'm going to guess that's what it was, that's why you don't put ammo in the center torso. Alright, you certainly sent them a message, Commander.
Mission successful.
Alright, and that might have even been the first attack on that poor hatchetman. Just critted it to death. Okay, well, we get our little bit of a bonus. That's nice. Some experience. A little bit of damage there, but nothing that's going to need us to make any repairs. Alright, well, here's the thing. We get a hatchetman. Yay! We get a hatchetman. I have really been looking forward to getting the new mechs, and we just haven't had a lot of opportunity for that. Obviously, the hatchetman, this is the only one. But the crab, we've seen one time, which is really disappointing. I was hoping to see more crabs so that we could actually, do something with that. All right, let's see if we can grab anything else here. I see a large laser with a bonus. Might as well take that, perhaps. Let's just make sure. Ooh, we got to take a medium laser with plus 10 damage. Ooh, that's nice too. Plus 4. Too many choices. I have to take the hatchetman. We can't roll the dice on that. But there's actually some good items in here. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking an accuracy PPC, but the medium laser with plus 10 damage, you can't walk away from that. It's, you know, a super easy weapon to use from a weight efficiency standpoint, and to get a damage increase like that is really good. You can't walk away from those when you get them. But I'd also like to see the SRM4 plus 4 damage. That's really good, and we could use that in our Shadowhawk. That'd be very useful for our Shadowhawk. Other than that, obviously, you know, the large laser with the crit range, the PPC with the accuracy. I mean, those would be nice. But let's see what we get. Okay, we didn't get any of that. We did get an AC-20, which I won't complain too much about, although whether or not we have ammo for it, I don't know. All right, let's continue.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Hatchetmen 3Fs are the king of the close quarters fight, packing high-impact, short-range weaponry and a unique melee hatchet. Any target is in danger when close to the Hatchetman. The Hatchetman's lighter armor requires it to rely on maneuvering and ambushing to stay in the fight. Well, we're of course going to not use the default loadout of the Hatchetman. I don't consider it particularly good. Just because of that really bad armor, you want to use the Hatchetman as a close quarters combat. You know, you want to get that axe in there, but if you get close, the enemy punches you, it's going to hurt because you don't have very much armor. So ideally, that's not great. So let's see what we can do with the Hatchetman. Now, unfortunately, the Hatchetman does not have a lot of versatility. It has one ballistic weapon slot, and it has 2 energy weapon slots. Not a lot you can do with that. Its default loadout is an AC-10 and 2 medium lasers. So the easiest way to refit this thing is to not use an AC-10, use an AC-5. You save yourself a lot of weight. We don't have an AC-10 as an example, but I can tell you how much an AC-10 weighs. Oh, you know what? Let's actually look at the store. Oh, there's one in the store either, so let's just use my memory instead. I'm fairly certain AC-10 weighs 12 tons. So compare that to an AC-5, you got 8 tons. 8 tons for that. So you're saving yourself 4 tons fairly easily, and that's a lot you can do. With 4 tons of armor is a lot. So it makes a big difference. And if that's the only change you make, it's great. Also, the AC-10 probably has a couple tons worth of ammo as well, and we're not going to maybe need 2 tons of ammo. Maybe 1 would be fine. Question is, do we have? Yeah, we do have 1 ton of ammo. That's all we got. Alternatively, we could use an AC-2, as we do have one that's upgraded with plus 10 damage, which is not bad. That would make it have 35 damage. It would have more range. It would be more heat efficient. It would be lighter, 6 tons versus 8. Obviously, it does less damage. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we doing to make up for that? Like, for example, if I had an arm mod that was a damage upgrade, well, we would be doing quite a bit of damage. 110, if we could up that by, you know, let's say 20 melee damage or something, or a couple tons, that would be a really nice choice for us, because then we'd be up to like 130, and that'd be really pretty damn good. Unfortunately, we don't have any support weapons on this mech, so we cannot solidify that close-in combat with some of that. Alright, well, in any case, I'm not sure I'm going to take this arm mod, because stability damage, although can be nice, I'm not sure I'm going to spend 2 tons on it. I think the AC-5 is the way to go in this case, as it's going to do more stability damage, double the stability damage of AC-2, and it will be more usable at close-in combat ranges, because its minimum range penalty I don't think is as bad. Min 90 versus min 120, so it's a little bit more usable at close ranges. So we'll go ahead and slot that in. We only have the 1 ton of ammo, but that'll be alright, I think. It's going to give us 15 shots? Yeah, 15 shots. Ideally, you'd want more than that, but I'm just going to put it in the same slot. That's fine. Okay. And then as far as using weapons here... Oh, do I not have any large... Okay, I do have 1 large laser. We could use a large laser to substitute the damage a little bit, because we are losing some damage. A AC-10 is going to produce 60 damage. This is 45. So the difference between a medium laser and a large laser is exactly the difference between, or making up for that difference. So It also gives us more long-range potency if we want to use it. So we've got 40, that's 85. Yeah, that's exactly the same as an AC-10 plus medium laser, so that's pretty good. I'm going to save the extra damage medium lasers because I ideally would want to put that in... Do we want the up accuracy? I think we save that. I'm not sure this is going to be a frontline mech. I'm not positive of that, though. It's too slow to be a scout. That's kind of the problem, and it's not going to be well enough armor to be a frontline mech for me at this stage. Back in the days when I was using Vindicators, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how good this thing is when we're all done with it. Heat efficiency-wise, we're fine. We don't have to add any heat sinks. That's perfect. Firepower-wise, it's not great. It's only 110 damage, but we're doing 110 damage whether we're at range or whether we're in close, so it's got some versatility. We do want to use a couple... We want to use jump jets to give it maneuverability because it kind of lacks in that regard. And the default setup is to have jump jets. That gives us 2 tons worth of armor, and in my opinion, that's still not good enough. But we'll make the best of it. But first off, I want to max out the head. Then I want to give it a little bit better rear armor, because right now it kind of sucks. Go up to, let's say, 35. Yeah, I just don't think this thing is going to be all that effective. Just from the standpoint of it being kind of poorly armored. Go up to, let's say, 85. I would like to get at least 70 in the legs. Let's max out the arms, because the arms are pretty important to this mech. Looks like I can afford 2 more ticks. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Really. Yeah, this is just not enough armor, and I even with downgrading the AC-5, and only a real option is either to downgrade the large laser and turn it into a medium laser, which would cripple our damage. And cripple is probably a strong word, but it would definitely lower our damage output. And then we focus more on armor and getting in there and trying to punch it out. I just think with 4 movement, that isn't enough. We've seen our Vindicator struggle sometimes to get in close fight. So we're looking at 680 for our armor, which is, again, that's not great. The AC-2 would save us a couple tons. Getting rid of the large laser would reduce our damage by 15, but it would give us a lot of tons worth of armor. We'd have 4 tons to work with. I kind of feel like that's the right call. Not to use a large laser, but to use a medium laser instead, and just know that your range damage is not your strong suit. Your strong suit is your melee damage, which is extremely difficult to use considering this mech's poor maneuverability. That's the reason why I don't really think the Hatchman is that great of a mech. Is it just... It's too slow. It's not well enough armored. And unfortunately, with what they gave us, it's not very flexible because its weapon mounts are very set. So, yeah, so our damage output is 95, which is worse than a Jenner. But we can really up armor this thing. I don't think that's the right call. Nah. I like the large laser better. Yeah, it's not as well armored, but it's better than the default loadout. We were able to use those 4 tons to... Well, technically 5 tons to help us out a little bit. Yeah. Alright, well, that's a loadout I'm going to do. Maybe not ideal, but I think this is the most efficient you can get with this mech. You've got good range damage. Well, I should say all right range damage. You've got some melee, well, pretty decent melee damage for the weight. All right, let's just go ahead and confirm this. Out of curiosity, can you actually remove this? No, you can't. I was going to say, can you remove the hatchet? No, of course you can't. All right. Confirm all that.
Logged and noted.
All right, so we have the hatchetman set up. I don't know how effective it's going to be. We may try and use it in some mission some point, but I just am not too optimistic. But in any case, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.